Welcome to the station crew. Enjoy your stay.
There has been some pretty big controversy over the latest Salvage update, how they were claiming it was removed, and I've seen people complaining and saying that Salvage can't get materials anymore, there's no way they can make as much money as they used to, etc. I actually don't know. I haven't played recently, and this is definitely an RNG test. There's a lot of RNG involved, especially now that you pull in basically random generated like trash piles that have varying degrees of loot on them, and asteroids have had their mining weights readjusted, and I'm not fully aware of how this all works. So I've grabbed my basic salvage equipment. I got my PKA, a grappling hook, and a knife, and I'm just going to take the space debris. I could take the wrecks, but the wrecks are not really unchanged. It's just random what you get. Claim the first space debris, gives me a solid 6 minutes, and we'll examine where it's at. It is 3 broken up pieces rayed off of the edge of solar, so if I run here and drift straight off, I'll be able to grapple on. So, let's take a nice leap of faith. Friction in space is pretty loose now. You will drift for quite a while. And with the grapple gun, you just have it in your hand, and you have harm on, and you can left click things to grapple on. This is really useful for out-kiting carp. You obviously need to kill them, but you can literally grapple with one hand, grab a PKA, and just kind of bait them towards the edge like this. And accuracy is not going to be perfect, but this is definitely a safe way of doing this. If you have a friend, it's easier than this, obviously, so I already hit one. You have infinite ammo, so there's pretty much no reason not to do this. There, I killed one. Fishy. And they are dead, just like so. You can use your grappling hook to great effect in combat. Space carp are actually worth quite a lot of money. They're worth 600 bucks each. There are these random closets that will spawn here, and I recommend you just take all the garbage out of them and put the useful stuff into it. Useful stuff in this case is the bodies that we have slain. I found a silver ring, which rings are worth a decent bit of money. A silver one's probably the lowest value one. And really, you just want to take all of the debris and garbage you find and toss it in there. Don't worry about small things like glass shards. They're not nearly as valuable as the other things you will find. You can actually unanchor these lockers and take them with you, but I'd recommend just going through these and looting what you want first. So I got some, there's some cool drip in there, and drip is, drip's kind of priceless. I like the new maintenance locker loots make salvage looting honestly more fun in a certain way. There's way more loot than there used to be. Gold rings worth good money. Oh my god, that scared the shit out of me. Stuff it all in this locker. Now we're gonna unanchor this locker and just drag it with us. Don't really care about the garbage. Scrap circuitry is fantastic. I don't think we care too much about anything else, at least not as a solo player. This is quite a lot of stuff already. And we could choose to literally just toss this locker back to the station, which I think I'm going to elect to do, because I kind of forget where the other pieces of this are. Actually, I see it over there. Okay, so I'm going to drag this back to where I was, and I'm just going to push it this way. So if I do this and let go, it will keep floating pretty much all the way back to the station, or at least try to get that direction. I will purposely carry like a stack of plastic or something and throw towards me, but I'm trying to maximize profits on my own, so I'm going to keep moving. I see another carp, so we are going to utilize the same strategy I mentioned earlier. Oops, I forgot to reload it even though I missed a hook, so I almost drifted off into space. But that actually showcases just how risky you can be with the grappling hook and not really, well, risk that much. Make sure you also have your PKA ready to go. You have to step on the grid to bait the carp towards you, and I got myself stuck a little bit there, but it's no big deal. We are armored. We can survive those hits. And now we are back to the looting phase. Unfortunately, we missed our carps. That's a little bit of money we lost. Some scrap is two-handed, and these are actually worth the most. So we're just going to take those medium voltage cables because we might have to throw them. I'm not going to worry about emptying all the garbage right now. Crusher dagger is fantastic. Scrap circuitry, always good. Airlock door, another fantastic amount of scrap. Like, this is a ton of materials right here, and I could just fit it all in this locker. Mining drill is a straight upgrade. We'll take that. It's only a 1x2. We'll take that glass, put it in my backpack just to be efficient. More scrap. It's a two-handed scrap. There's an extra grappling hook if you have somebody who doesn't have one. Basically, we're playing Lethal Company. Plastic buckets are not worth that much. Cameras aren't worth as much. So, like, I'm trying to be picky at this point because I know my time's running low. You only get a 30-second warning, which absolutely sucks, but gotta make do with what you got. And I think we're just going to grab this locker and we're going to head home just so we don't risk it. With more people, you probably could have full looted everything and have taken 0 damage, but I was being a little risky to save time. So now you just grab the locker and a grappling hook in your other hand, fling that off, and then grapple over to the previous one. Okay, it's not really being cooperative. Come on. There we go. Just gotta hit something with the grapple. Oh, there's the carp. He's back. We're not gonna worry about him. So I have recovered both lockers, and in an effort not to bore everyone, I'm not gonna show me looting everything through the entire time, but in just over 5 minutes, I got 1,400 spasos in that locker, another 475 spasos in that locker, but that's not really what the value is. The value is in the materials. So what you can do to make this really, really easy, you bring the locker here, open it up. Anything you don't want to possibly be scrapped, you take out. In this case, I don't really care too much. This is pretty much all scrap anyway. And then you just turn on the recycler the other way. God damn it. If you accidentally close it the wrong way, just turn the locker back on, then drag it on. Open it, and then turn it on the right way. And that'll scrap everything pretty much at once. Then you can even drag the locker back out. It also stacks everything for you in a nice, convenient manner. Open it up. We have another stack of plastic on there, and I don't know if the gold ring scraps, but again, take out any valuables directly out of it. But yeah, this is going to be another shit ton of scrap. And out of here, we got 2 more stacks of glass, 5 stacks of steel, 2 stacks of plastic, and almost, not quite 2 stacks of glass, but this is just from one person, not even full looting an entire thing with bad equipment, no technology, no jetpack. We have so much fucking steel, a ton of plastic, a lot of glass. Like, science can pretty much operate the entire shift off of what took me 5 minutes solo. So I'm just going to do a mining trip now. I have my ore bag and a pickaxe. I'm not going to use the mining drill I found just to keep it fair, and this is based off round start stuff. So we need to, again, go to the magnet. This is actually a pretty good mining asteroid because it has silver, which we can't really easily get through space debris. Has uranium, same thing there. So the asteroids have generated in a really shitty position. It's a pretty far drift, like a 30-meter drift. But the asteroids actually have connected to one of the salvage wrecks out there, so that's kind of neat in its own way. But I need to not waste time, and I need to get out there. And we pray. Almost drifted the wrong way, but we have a hook directly onto it. And these asteroids also have gravity, so you do not need mag boots. Now we are going to just take our pickaxe, wield it with 2 hands, and we're going to mine. Alright, so I think I have mined the asteroid pretty much dry, and I have run down to the 30-second timer, so I have really got to start running back to the station or I'm going to be blindly throwing shit. So I pretty much don't even know the path I went. Oh, I managed to find some more rocks. I did not indeed mine all of it. It is very hard to mine an entire asteroid by yourself in the dark with a weird generation. Anyways, I still managed to mine an entire ore bag full, so even if I would have had to have brought 2 ore bags in order to mine more. I basically just threw myself in the direction of the station, hoping for the best. So we got 14 artifact fragments, which is the equivalent of 3 alien artifacts, so that saves quite a lot of money. Inside, we managed to get 16 bananium, 17 uranium, 40 silver, and 145 pieces of steel. I mean, I don't have the coal, so I can't make that, and this was without an upgraded ore processor. and with it was like medium on steel and low on everything else. So that's not a whole lot of uranium. The bananium's okay, I guess. Bananium doesn't really have much of a practical use. It's mainly for just fun items. But 40 silver is quite a lot for science to play with, and 145 steel is really not that bad. I think the issue is, though, is that, in my opinion, just this is literally an opinion, I think mining is just not as interesting as killing things and like looting random RNG like loot boxes. Mining is so always the same. There's no risk. You just hit rocks, which, I mean, that is appealing. There is a purpose to it. In my one example, I got some gamer loot, which, power gamer or not, finding loot is always more fun than just getting the same mining material. I got some money from low RNG rings. I don't know what's in that pill. There was other cool drip items that I looted, which, I mean, it's an RP game. It's a role-playing game. People really like drip. So people feel like they're just going to try to prioritize the Rex anyway, because I got a shit ton of materials, but you're pretty much forced to mine because you need to get gold and silver. So if it wasn't for the gold and silver, I don't see why people really would mine. I know this is only one example, and stuff like a drill and a blue space bag and a better ore processor would get you more materials, but my point is that I just think the salvaging in general is just way more fun than mining. Again, that's just my opinion. Honestly, this kind of shows, though, that in just a random example, the material gain is still pretty good for mining, but it seems like if it, again, wasn't for silver and gold, I feel like it just wouldn't be better without good science upgrades. But even then, buying guns and jetpacks and stuff would make salvaging and looting way faster, more efficient too. And again, this video doesn't even cover going out to expeditions and building a shuttle and all that. I'm literally just comparing a very quick asteroid versus salvage wreck with the new Rex. That is pretty much it. Very wordy, probably a ranty video, but I thought it would be fun. Not scientific at all. It's a role-play game. I don't really care about being scientific and knowing which one's perfect or better or whatever. Anyways, thank you guys for watching.